Well, for more, we can bring in France 24's Bénédicte Pavillot, who joins us from London. Bénédicte, stories are beginning to emerge now about one of the two victims in this knife attack. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, so to be clear, this London Bridge attack that happened on Friday around 2 p.m. local time, the death toll is of two, a man and a woman. The woman hasn't yet been identified. And in fact, the man hasn't been formally identified. So the British police have not named him, but the family, because different people have different ways of dealing with grief, have named him. He's called Jack Merritt. He was 25 years old, and he very much believed in the rehabilitation of former prisoners, including terrorist prisoners. And the man, alas, who killed him, Usman Khan, who was 28 years old and from Staffordshire, was actually attending a special meeting by London Bridge, and that is when he went on the rampage. So Jack Merritt, 25 years old, his whole life before him, believing very much that people should be given that second chance, a course coordinator for a program called Learning Together, and he was from the University of Cambridge, and he was one of those two people fatally stabbed on Friday. And very many people, and including his family, saying that he believed in fighting for the underdog. So the papers are actually, all of them, there is really that one big stories, and you will see photos across the British press today of that young Jack Merritt.
So, Bénédicte, there's been a growing national and political debate since the attack on the policy of early release for prisoners. How will this play out in the ongoing campaign?
Well, you're right to point out we're in the general election campaign, and British voters will be asked to vote on the 12th of December in this early general election. And yes, the London Bridge attack, which, as I said, killed two people, injured three, has really raised questions about the efficiency of Britain's prison rehabilitation system. We know that Usman Khan was released early. He was accused of wanting to blow up the London Stock Exchange, also of plotting to kill Boris Johnson. So before he was Prime Minister, that's some years back, he was allowed out, and he was following, we understand, according to the police and at this stage of the investigation, all the conditions that were set. He had an electronic bracelet. But there is now a real controversy in the election campaign. Boris Johnson saying that if the Conservatives actually win the election, there will be much tougher laws, and terrorists, former terrorists, will actually have to serve out their full custodian sentence and may not get parole. And certainly the Labour Party also looking at that, and there is concern across the papers today that 70 similar people to Usman Khan could be walking the streets as we speak of the United Kingdom, former terrorists, were they truly de-radicalized.
Thank you for that update. That's Bénédicte Pavillot reporting for us from London.